Thanks for stopping by, guys, and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. Today we're going to be looking at the SPG 8 Kangar, or more specifically the heavy SPG 8 Kangar. Now, if you've been hanging out on Discord, you've probably seen a little bit of this vehicle. Quite a bit of this vehicle, actually. This is designed as a long-range artillery gun. And during testing, it can hit a vehicle, about a vehicle-sized target, from halfway across the map. Now, right now, the biggest limitation for it is aiming. So, yes, it can hit that small of a target, but it took me and two other people about 10 minutes to do so. So, with that being said, let's take a look at what this is and what it can do. So, it is self-propelled, so it can drive under its own weight. It is a little bit top-heavy because of the gun. And you may have already noticed that the gun is glitch-welded. Now, this glitch-welded gun is done purely in vanilla. There's no blueprint editing, and there's really nothing to prevent someone from doing this. It does require multiplayer, so that may be a hint of how it was achieved. But the people behind this method of glitch welding have asked that I not share secrets, at least not in the video. So, let's go ahead and let's find a quick target. I think that little tower there should be good. Let's drop anchor. It does have some support struts. And let's get ready to fire. Now there's a few different features, a few different controls here. So it is based off my normal artillery guns. So let's see if we can aim up here a little bit. Let's aim. Let's go about 2 degrees. And do that. 2 degrees left. Move my little aiming sight. About 1 more degree left. And let's crank this up to about 70. I don't know why it got jammed. There we go. And let's point this straight at the sky. Now, the reason we're having to point it so far up is because this is a 108 power gun. And that's kind of how I was able to achieve such a long range with it. So we can go ahead and put our round in, fire, as the whole round, or the whole vehicle just shakes violently, and we can see the round up there. Give or take, it takes about 45 seconds from the time of firing to the time of impact, so it's going to be a bit of time. The good news is, if you are using this as a fire and, how do I want to explain that? If you want to fire it and leave before the enemy has a chance to realize you've shot at them, you got about 45 seconds to do so. And I think we shot a little bit far. I had a bad positioning because of where the tree is in front of me. So let's readjust. Reload, fire again. And yes, the outriggers are not an aesthetic piece, they are a functional piece because they're to help dampen the recoil. Let's see if we can see where that impacts. Now, this whole time we could continue to fire these off for rapid fire, but for this I'm just wanting to see where it lands. The goal is to hit that little pad. It is. I'd say that was a pretty good strike. So this vehicle, or this cannon, does have 45 degrees left and right. So if you want to aim it left, you can. It does not have full 360 because of where the gun is positioned. And we can also tilt it down, just for a bit of a fun effect when we fire it like this. And you can see the whole vehicle shake. And we might actually hit the world border here. Maybe. Trees in the way. Yep, there we hit the world border. So, that being said, Let's go over some of the other features other than aiming, firing it like you would a normal vehicle. It does have an auto fire feature, so if you want to sit and rain rounds down on top of your enemy, you can do so. Essentially what this switch is doing is turning on a bit of logic back there for an OR gate that's connected to a sensor that as soon as something is put in front of it, aka the round, it fires. And you get a nice stream of rounds flying through the sky. It also has a randomizer, so it slowly jiggles the turret to get the rounds to fall in slightly different positions. And this little bolt here, if you ever want to reset the randomizer, as soon as it goes horizontal, you can just turn off that switch and it will reset the randomizer at 0. You see where they're landing now. So randomizer on, full auto is on. And you can see a really nice stream of just shells. First one should be impacting in a second now. There it is, I see it. Boom. It's kind of hard to see the explosions over there behind the mountain. But this is my new concept for a heavy long-range artillery. I have been using this as experimental base for a few other features and a few other designs. However, it's still an early prototype. Artillery is something that I've had an interest in for a while now. There you go, you can see the thing resetting. There we go. Now the randomizer is reset. It is something I've had an interest in for a while now, but I've never seen a really practical use for it until we had these nice compact cannons that we could make an actual, like, self-propelled gun like this. And now that we have some very compact self-propelled guns, I've been working on things like range finding, calculations, proper firing techniques, because right now we're working on a trial and error system where you fire around, watch where it lands, and based off where it lands, then you recalculate, then you fire again. And like I said before, yes, you can hit some really small targets at really long ranges, but it takes you like 10 minutes to hit it. So hopefully, as we start to develop this technology further, we can hit a target first try from a ridiculously long range, and hopefully, in theory, be able to spot a target, set up, fire, and leave before the enemy has a chance to realize they've been shot at. So I think that's really it to show for this vehicle. It is, like I said, an early prototype, and it will be in development more in the future with other versions to come. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, please leave a like. If you have suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. Enjoy the channel, enjoy what I'm doing. Please subscribe, it helps out a lot. And right now, shares help the channel the most. So if you do want to help the channel, please share this episode with a friend. Let's do one more fire before we leave. So, thanks for stopping by, thanks for sticking around, and until next time, peace. Just my mic closer to my face. There we go. Thanks for stopping by.